In this segment, we will focus on money, its role, value, and the way to perceive it and how to use it. At Entrypoint Philosophy, we view money as the modern equivalent of the energy that humans need to survive. Just as the prehistoric mammoth hunter required a successful hunt to obtain protein and provide food, so we today need to earn money in order to provide for our basic needs. Hunting in prehistoric times was a struggle for life, and similarly today, we expand our efforts to obtain the energy that is expressed in money. When we view money as a catch, it takes a whole new meaning for us, making money becomes a modern hunt where it is necessary to use our skills and strategies effectively. Once we have caught money, another important question arises: what to do with this catch? Managing money, that is, managing the energy we have acquired, is key to maintaining stability and long-term prosperity. This segment is about how to view money, how to acquire it, and how to manage it so that it becomes a means not to only survive but also to thrive. We will explore our journey through the analogy of the mammoth hunter, which will help us better understand the nature and importance of money in our life. In today's reality, the one who survives is the one who can provide for himself. Just as the hunter 500,000 years ago had to make sure that he caught enough food to survive, we today have to earn enough money to cover basic needs such as housing, food, and energy. Our journey to financial independence has many similarities to the evolution of the hunter, from ensuring our own survival to creating an environment where our efforts maintain a stable foundation for future generations. Financial ladder. Steps on the path to financial stability and independence. Number 1. Securing basic survival. The goal is to create a stable income that covers the basic living expenses, housing, food, and energy. Without this foundation, it is impossible to think about further development and ensuring personal stability. This step represents the first successful hunt that allows us to move on to further provision. Number 2. Creating a financial reserve. Creating a 6-month reserve that serves as protection against unexpected events. This reserve gives us time and space to deal with challenges such as job loss or health problems. It gives us security and basis for long-term financial planning. Number 3. Investment in personal growth. Once we have a basic reserve, it's time to invest in our own development. This step means strengthening our capabilities, which can include education, acquiring new skills, or increasing our value in the job market. This investment hunt prepares us for a higher income and stability in the future. Number 4. Income diversification. At this level, we begin to focus on different sources of income so that we are not dependent on just one. This can include side activities, passive income, or investments that increase our financial resilience and stability. Like a hunter looking for different ways to make a living, we need to expand our options and reduce the risk of income loss. Number 5. Appreciation through investments. Once we have a stable income and reserves, it is time to focus on a long-term appreciation through investment. Investing allows our finances to grow without our direct effort and is the foundation for financial independence. This step is called building a stock for the future. Number 6. Financial independence and passive income. Financial independence means having enough passive income to cover our living expenses without having to actively work. This level gives us the freedom to pursue what we enjoy and allows for a work-life balance. The financial ladder is a guide. Like the career ladder in the 4th segment, this financial ladder is only a guide. It serves as a filter that allows us to gain further insight and information about the financial situation we are in and helps us focus on what is important at each stage of the financial journey. It's important to realize that each person may be at a different stage, may skip some steps, or may go through them in a different order. To illustrate, we begin with an example of a young person who is in the beginning of their career journey, approximately between the ages of 18 and 25. This person has just finished school and is starting a full-time job. Their main goal is to secure basic financial stability related to their first successful hunt, which will allow them to cover their basic needs and begin to build the foundation of their financial life. Step 1. Securing basic survival. The first step on the financial journey is securing basic survival, a stable income that will cover our basic needs, such as housing, food, and energy. This step is similar to the first hunt, when a person begins to provide for themselves for the first time. Let's imagine a young person who has finished school, it's around 18 to 25 years old, and starts their first full-time job. For them, the main goal is to secure stability and create a financial foundation on which they can build their future life. At this level, the key is not to accumulate wealth, but to learn how to earn a stable income and manage their basic income wisely. Similar to the hunter who first had to ensure a regular supply of food for the survival of his pack, this person must also learn how to manage money properly so that he has enough to cover basic expenses and can rely on having everything he needs to live. In practice, this means being able to manage your income, create a simple budget, and prioritize your needs. Essential expenses take precedence over everything else at this stage. Our newbie on the financial journey learns how to divide his paycheck so that it will last until the next month and gains his first experience with managing his money. This stage is also about adopting a responsible attitude, just as the hunter had to carefully assess his ability and needs to ensure that there was enough for everyone. A young person in the beginning of his career learns to balance his income and expenses. This step is key to giving an individual a sense of security and control over his situation. When he can cover his essential expenses, he creates a solid foundation on which to build the next steps of his financial journey. Once we have reached the point where we can cover our basic living expenses and feel that we can manage this basic regime, the next important step comes: creating a financial reserve of 6 months' income. This step moves us away from living from hand to mouth and offers us stability in case of unexpected situations. A 6-month reserve acts as a safety net, giving us peace of mind and confidence that we can face unexpected challenges without them immediately threatening us financially. Practically, we can imagine this step as an amount that corresponds to our monthly income multiplied by 6. When you imagine that you have this amount in your account, you gain confidence that you can handle many problems regardless of the loss of income or unexpected expenses. This reserve gives us time and space to deal with various challenges. For example, if we lose our job, we can afford to look for a new one without immediate financial stress. Creating such a reserve also has a deeper meaning. It shows us that we are capable of maintaining financial discipline in the long term, that we can manage our finances, and at the same time, it confirms that we are on the right path to financial responsibility. Let us also think about this reserve in the context of a mammoth hunter. A hunter knows that even if he manages to catch enough food every day, there will come a time when he will not be able to hunt, whether due to winter, illness, or lack of game. Creating a reserve for bad times ensures that we can bridge the period when there is nothing to hunt. Until we are able to create such a reserve, we remain in a precarious situation. All other activities that distract us from this goal only distract us from the primary task. Let us imagine it as a person who, instead of solving his life needs, deals with unimportant things. If we do not have this reserve, we resemble a person who, although working, is still at risk of unexpected expenses or loss of income. This step is therefore key to being able to move forward, secure, and feeling prepared for unexpected events. Step 3. Investing in personal growth, self-evaluation. After securing basic needs and creating a financial reserve, we have finally reached the imaginary zero starting line. We have a stable foundation and are ready to invest in further development. Although we have already educated ourselves during the first 2 steps, we focus primarily on developing skills using our time and effort. Now comes time to invest not only time, but also finances in ourselves, in tools and resources that will take us to the next level. Investing in ourselves at this stage means spending money on things that will not only make our work easier, but also increase our efficiency and productivity. These investments should have a double benefit. On one hand, they provide us with a certain benefit or comfort, and on the other hand, they move us forward professionally or personally. For example, buying a quality mobile phone with a good camera and audio equipment can be an investment that will allow us to shoot videos, communicate with customers, and manage projects from one device. This eliminates the need for additional equipment costs and at the same time strengthens our professional image. Similarly, we can invest in a quality laptop that will ensure our independence from company equipment and allows us flexibility in our work. Another investment can be representative clothing that matches our profession and increases our sense of self-confidence and professionalism in contact with clients or partners. Or we can choose a professional course or individual lessons with a lecturer who will help us develop specific skill. Each investment should have a clear goal, either to increase our productivity, strengthen our expertise, or improve our professional presentation. This step is similar to a hunter who, instead of just hunting for basic food, invests his time and energy in improving his hunting tools and techniques. In this way, we gradually prepare for higher levels of financial independence, where we are no longer dependent only on survival, but on the effective and thoughtful development of our potential. Step 4. Diversify your income through freelance. Once you have reached a point where you have a stable income, a financial reserve, and are investing in your development, it is time to diversify your income. The goal of this step is to start building a secondary source of income. For example, through freelancing, which will provide you with greater financial stability and independence from one job. Freelancing offers us an opportunity not only for financial income, but also for verifying and deepening our skills. It's like a mirror view of our abilities, what we have learned and what we can do. We can offer to others who will pay for our services. The goal of this phase is to create a secondary income that will cover at least a third of our main income. Once we succeeded in this, we can focus how to further develop the income. There are different ways to freelance while having a full-time job. For example, you can devote a few evenings a week or part of the weekend for training or consulting in an area in which you are strong and have mastered. When we diversify our income, we become less dependent on a single job, which gives us more security and flexibility in the event of changes in our main employment. An important part of this step is to return to the principles from the third segment, identifying what we can teach and pass on, and improving ourselves in this area. Each of us has skills that someone else would be willing to pay for. Therefore, building a side income is a way to create additional source of livelihood, but also a way to confirm your value in the market. Step 5. Investing. The first steps to making money valuable. At this stage, we have reached the point where we have a stable income from both our main job and side activity, and savings are starting to accumulate in our account. These finances are no longer just a basic safety net, but real capital with which we can continue to work. If money just sits in an account, it loses its value. It could be used much more effectively. The aim of this step is therefore to start with the first investments that will lead us to long-term growth and profit. In this step, we focus on small and cautious investments. This approach teaches us the basic principles of investing without the risk of large losses. The idea is to master the technique of investing, learn to work with this risk, and understand which investment options suit us. And in no way is it about playing with all our money. On the contrary, this step leads us to invest with discretion, try out different strategies, and gain initial experience that will allow us to invest larger amounts with greater certainty. Options include, for example, investing in smaller projects or companies where we provide capital with expectation that it will bring us returns. We can also start by buying shares of larger companies or focus on other forms of investment that are long-term and stable. This step allows us to test different approaches and find a way that matches our goals and risk tolerance. Investments at this stage should be planned so that we always have a basic 6 times the monthly income available in the account in case of unexpected situations. Before investing, it's necessary to realize that every investment carries a risk, And this is where we learn how to accept this risk and work with it. At the same time, we continue to diversify. In addition to the primary and secondary income, we build another passive source of finance, which will later allow us greater financial freedom. The goal of every investment at this stage is to generate income for us in the long term, and ideally gradually prepare us for the final step, achieving passive income when we will no longer be dependent on daily work. This step allows us to move from active earning to effective management and appreciation of finances, which is a key to achieving financial independence. Step 6. Financial independence and passive income. The ultimate goal on the financial journey is to reach a state where we no longer have to actively work to cover our living expenses. This step means that we have created a stable and sufficiently diverse system of passive income that comes in regularly and that covers all our needs without the need for daily effort. When someone asks the question, how much do you earn when you are not working? We can answer that we earn enough to have enough not only for current expenses but also to maintain a financial reserve no matter what happens. This state of financial independence means that our income is diversified and stable enough that we are not threatened by individual drops in income or changes in the market. Creating such a network of passive income is like building a resilient system that has the capacity to absorb various risks. It's a state where our investments generate income that maintains and even develops our financial stability, even if we are not directly involved in managing it. At this stage, we can also employ a team of experts or collaborators who take care of the day-to-day management of our investments and monitor opportunities and risks. If some projects or activities cease to be profitable, we have enough resources and people who can eliminate these activities and focus on new, better opportunities. In this way, we become a strategist and observer, someone who doesn't have to constantly hunt, but can focus on what fulfills him and brings him meaning. This state is reminiscent of the mammoth hunter who has reached a level where he no longer has to go hunting every day. Instead, he has sufficient supplies and a network to take care of him. This gives him the freedom to devote his time and energy to activities that fulfill him, support his personal growth, or contribute to the development of other projects and visions. Here we conclude the 5th segment of the entry point philosophy, which together with the 3rd segment, how to learn, and the 4th segment, application of skills on the battlefield, creates a comprehensive framework. This framework shows us how to learn quickly, how to put the skills we learn into practice, and how to approach money wisely. These steps are a path that leads us to personal and financial independence, which we can see not only as a goal, but as a means to a fuller, more meaningful life.